Hello, hello. Welcome to match number 3, season 47 here against drsteelhammer. We're gonna play Dominion. Be funny if they hit the gamble hit into there's not a whole lot to do here. Trying to see if there's anything you're I mean, there's cherry. I mean, sculptor of course is great, I think. In any case, I mean, you can get cherry raise points, but it's a bit of a crapshoot given the lack of trashing. Sea Hag is actually pretty reasonable pickup in this game. I don't even know. It's not totally clear to me. I guess getting sculptor is like important enough that you probably do the magpie. Oh gosh, I got the nightmare here. There was like, after given I had 4 there was like pretty good. I guess I had to bottom deck a copper or a estate. I don't know why you wouldn't get a silver the first time. I don't particularly like that gamble. I mean, I guess you know you're pulling a curse off. I don't know. You're not gonna like draw a deck here. You can try to, but I don't think you're gonna consistently draw a deck here. Maybe if you have a patrol and crossroads, and I don't know. Prints, I guess, is okay on 8 here. I don't know. It's just like such a mess. Obviously, if you print a Magpie or something, you're pretty happy, but. Lucky Magpies. Because the question here is, do we go Dutchy or do we go for... I mean, if they're buying Dutchies, maybe we just go Dutchy. There's something to be said for a patrol. But if they're buying Dutchies, then we can run the Dutchies. Or at least there's a chance of running the Dutchies. These have been bad these last couple hands. And my crossroads will do Jack squat. Okay, didn't do Jack squat. It's not a bad chariot race, to be honest. A 2, I mean, they may have a 5, I don't know. Or not a 5, I mean, there's like a decent shot of hitting on the chariot race here. I mean, I don't need the money. I'm trying to think. The other option, of course, is just a state. I don't really want the estate on top, so... Okay, we win. I mean, unless they win 30 chariot races. Yeah, I'm not convinced by some of the choices they made. I'm not sure about... They maybe bottom deck some skull. I didn't watch what all the Sea Hag flips were. So I don't know if they bottom decked or some bad stuff happened that way in the shuffles, but not like... Not that I was ever way behind or anything. It's just I was a little slower on the sculptor, so you'd think that would be a bit of a disadvantage coupled to second player, but there was probably some other stuff going on. This is also got sculptor, and it's good, of course, but there's a lot more to do here. So, probably open scrap. Though you could open like scrap watchtower. Could open scrap enhance pawn, I guess. That doesn't really do a whole lot for you. That is what Steelhammer does. I don't really get it. I'm not sure that's really the play. I mean, double scrap, of course, has some really bad potential draws. So, yeah, I mean, of course it has some nightmare draws. Don't really, I mean, I get the trash of the copper to a pawn is a fine exchange. I just don't know if the opening is where you do that. Okay, we got good draw. I guess you can frog. I didn't even notice there's frog, so there's some compensation even if you collide. Which makes what I did probably a little more reasonable. I'm not saying then relative to Steelhammer necessarily. I just mean makes it look a little more reasonable just in general. I mean, I'm not hitting more than 3. Or sorry, more than 4, which I guess it could be a peddler, which is pretty decent buy here. Just whether that's worth it relative to like a silver or a horse is the question. I think we probably go silver and then go ahead and take the merchant. Now this I'll probably enhance into a, I guess it could have been horse as well. This I'll probably enhance into a pawn. It could be ports. There is something to be said for that. Because scrapping a port is okay. Plus, if you draw one of the ports and one of the scraps and the estate, then that's a pretty good hand you don't have to use. Or it gives you a little more flexibility on your scrap play. Okay, let's do this way. I think I just take the 5 here. I mean, the other option is to blow up the silver. But we can frog a scrap and get a minion. I think you take minion first. Steelhammer is in a better spot to get pawns eventually. Or not pawns, to get peddlers. I wonder if I should take a pawn. Over a peddler to get the buy. I mean, the peddler is a better scrap target, but now if they have to cantrip their pawns, then it's not such a, not such. Ooh, this is kind of rough. I may just frog and enhance. Well, let's draw. There's some decent draws. Okay, well that didn't work out, but let's get our sculptor here. We didn't see either of the ports. That's really unfortunate, actually. That's just sort of bad luck. Because we should be able to get another pawn here. There's minion port. I guess then a bunch of coppers. So this can either just be the pawn already, or it could be port. I mean, we don't quite have enough to like double enhance, unfortunately. We could get ports. Still, no, we wouldn't have enough for enhance. I mean, we could get ports and double peddler. It's either that or just triple peddler. We don't really have that many terminals to play. Oh, I didn't get a second minion. I don't know what I'm talking about. They really need a minion to make their deck good. I maybe should have just taken minion. I can get the rest of the peddlers, I guess. Just sort of tempting. Since they don't really have a great... They have a good peddler buying deck, but not a great anything else. I may get hit with a minion here. That's probably fine. Well, it won't be good, but... They get a good amount of money, though. They probably go port sculptor. Ooh, yuck. That's so gross. Maybe it should have been the sculptor. This is such a bad... If only we had the 2 scraps still. This is such an ugly... We can get a villager, but like... Pretty gross. Could get the scrap back. Their thinness advantage may be telling here. I don't actually know that they're like hugely. They maybe have one less. I guess I have more silvers is my issue. And also I'm just getting my minion hands hit. I mean, that's kind of, you know, what can you do? But definitely they're probably ahead at this point, unfortunately, because I felt good after the opening bit, but I think you just do like double minion. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you only have 2 buys, I would just double minion. You could do sculptor, but okay. Cantripping the pawns is always a little promising for me. It's not an especially good result for Steelhammer, so if the minion's lower, then we kind of get to a close to a 3-pile situation, but Steelhammer just hits 10. It's like if you double minion, I can. There's probably a world where I could pile. I need $16. I mean, not easy. Well, I need too many buys, don't I? Well, the idea would be scrapping peddlers, I guess. Though that would. Well, yeah, the idea would be scrapping peddlers. Oh, yeah. Because you go. I mean, the thing is that I would need to probably commit to it now. How many pawns did I have? Need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buys, $16. That's pretty steep. How many pawns do I have? 1 pawn, 2 pawns. Okay, so this would be 3. They would have to all be for buy. It's probably possible. Well, we can get the province in it, or the colony anyway, if we don't get there. What did I toss to... I discarded a minion, a pawn, and 2 peddlers. I have 5 peddlers. Where are the scraps? Oh, that was all the minions. Okay. This is not going to work. So it's an okay, like not the worst bottom decked thing of all time. It was okay. Probably okay for now. I don't know. Obviously, getting the first colony does give me some 3 pile threat. Because I've lowered the pawns a little bit. And I don't know that they're going to get up to like double colony or even colony province all that soon, though maybe. They might get to colony province. They may take even colony duchy if they have it, just... I don't know. They could buy it. Nah, that's pretty weird. You could buy Death Card, but that's a little out there. But they almost have to take an estate. Oh, they almost have to take a duchy, yeah. Which can muck you up later on, potentially. Not a great scrap draw. I'm not gonna try to pile out this turn. That's not really terribly likely. Guess I could try to get to colony minion. That would be pretty good. I needed to draw more of the peddler's stuff though. I don't know that I was even possible. I think it was possible, though maybe it would have required choosing not to minion. Not to scrap. Or scrap one of the silvers. That was probably possible to get to minion colony. Minion colony would have been nice, but now I have the colonies also though in hand, so it gets a little bit worse. And your watchtower's reasonable. What would it take to pile here? It's just not gonna be in the cards, I don't think. We go. No, it would be way too much. Yeah, sculptor for a watchtower is not crazy at some point. We could also sculptor for their number of things, but probably need to at least think about scrapping. We can scrap silver, I think. Well, what have we discarded? Scrap and colony. Well, it would be nice to draw the scrap. Well, what do we have? 1, 2, 3. We do have enough for the minion this time. I guess we can't take the minion, then they can win. Right, if they take the minion, then we get to... We go to 30, they can colony... I mean, they have to get the draw for it, of course, but still doable. We could take the pawn, I think is safe. I don't think they're getting to $21. I guess they don't technically need 21, but close to it. Or yeah, I would require that. I don't believe they can pile. The watchtower could do some good work though. As far as increasing the money. I guess there's some world where they can get to 21. I don't know about that, but. $21 and 3 buys. Maybe they do it. Well, pawn on that. That's not going to probably do it. And buy another duchy. See, it's really not too terrible for me for them to have the duchies now. There's also what other? Okay, is there 21 would win for me. 19 with a port gain would win for me. 3 buys. What did I toss? Silver merchant colony, 2 scraps. I'm not gonna find the scraps for a bit, which is maybe an issue because we probably want to scrap peddlers and then redraw like the silvers with the horses and stuff. So that might be a little hard to manage. But that could get us to 19. And that assumes a port gain from a sculptor. I haven't been watching the death carts particularly closely, though that's another option. Then we only probably need... I didn't even watch it for them. But if we get all buys, then we probably only need $15 and we can sculptor for a death cart. Which gives us quite a bit of the money. We'd really love to have a port in this hand first before some of the pawn stuff so we could get... But anyway, there are more pawns, so that's not a huge deal. We still would need tons of buys though, so if we would still need like 7 buys. So we probably would need to go buy now. We could trade a buy for we could trade a buy for, no, that's more expensive. Well, no, it's not. We could trade a buy for $1 because we can go province estate. We can trade $4 for 2 for, well, yeah, since we're not emptying the death cards, it doesn't really. But we still would need, yeah, we would need to buy, gain a death card, and we'd have to buy another death card. That's 1 more buy, and then 6 runes. We need 8 buys. I don't know how many pawns I have. I have quite a few, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawns, 6, 7. Yeah, that's not really very likely. It would be a funny way to win, though. I have 5 pawns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawns, 6. And then the scraps both have to net pawn buys. 6 gives us, or pull ruin library, or ruin market, I guess, off the second one. Gives us 6, 7, 8. Would be enough. I need $15 in 8 buys. Probably can do it. It's just really hard. And the scraps are both gone. Yes, we don't see this till a reshuffle. It's not even clear we get to a reshuffle. I think we give up on the... Which means we probably want to try to do like double province. Or I mean, we can always go for the... We can always go for like the port pile out, which was also possible. That was, what did that take? 19 and 3 buys. Can we get to province and colony? And is that safe? Probably not. No, that certainly doesn't look safe. We could take a watchtower now ourselves. Try to get to 21. We don't need the buy. Right. Okay, this doesn't do it. What are we at though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 more. We do double. Province. We added a watchtower. Yeah. It's starting to get a little scary, but we don't have as big of a lead here now, so Steelhammer could pile, I think. Since they only need like 18-ish. Or they can do it with the 21 as well. I wonder if Death Cart was enough. I didn't count Death Cart when I was thinking about the sculptor. Not sure, because I would have had to discard with the minion then at that point. I have a feeling that Death Cart will be enough for them though. I guess it depends on quite a few things, but we'd have to go back and look at my turn to see if we could have made it. Not Death Cart for the ruins thing, but Death Cart just empty the minions. Because certainly gaining Watchtower netted me a decent amount of money as well. So it's not super clear to me. I could add a little more money at the end as well with scrap plays. They can also scrap a duchy and it's fine. Like they can scrap duchy for the third buy and sculptor for Death Cart. I don't know what they have in hand, of course, but but they don't have to keep duchy if they're buying a colony. Oh, 3 buys, I mean, yeah, because, well, they can take a tie for certain values also, but I would be kind of surprised if they didn't have a win here, unless they just didn't draw into what they need on the reshuffle. Well, I guess that would be, I'd be surprised if the deck doesn't have the resources, but I guess part of that is drawing it, so it doesn't really make sense what I'm saying. So I don't know. I don't have any idea if they'll get there or not because I can't see their hand. It's certainly not out of range though, in various ways. Or not impossible, depending on the shuffle. The sculptor will tell a lot. Well, the sculptor will probably tell all. Not a lot of cards in hand though, so there's still another minion. They don't have their villager one. Very strange. Very interesting port. I wouldn't be surprised if someone told me there was a finish on my turn, because I could have maybe enhanced. I don't know that I would have had the draw, but there's a world where I can enhance like a horse, potentially, I think, amongst other things. I mean, it all could have looked quite a bit different if the scraps are in the shuffle and I pair them with a, peddler in the middle of the shuffle, then it can look quite a bit different. But they didn't even have double province, though they do have a bunch of duchies, of course, still. Which is not good for their deck, of course. I could just not play minions for attacks, that's one thing. What are my outs now though? There's quite a bit more, because I only need province plus 2 minions or whatever things. It's quite a bit less money. So we made up 3 points there. I can win with 18 and 3 buys. And if I give 5 off a death card, that's not a crazy amount of money. This is actually fairly okay to see that many colonies there. Not really when you want to see the sculptor. Not when I want to see the sculptor anyway, that's for sure. At least not till you have a port. Okay, so this didn't work out because we just have to cantrip these. Oh, gross. Gross. We really need a port sooner. No, this is really bad. This is really cutting into money. Yeah, this is almost unplayable. I don't know that it's worth scrapping this sculptor. This is like, well, what else can you do though? Because then your 3-pile threat just disappears almost when you lose a sculptor, but I was gonna say this can still just easily die into nothing. I probably could have just not done minion stuff at this. I could have just gone whatever I had and. Okay, this is no good. They need almost nothing. Well, that's just the hand. I mean, I didn't have as many minions as them, so that was kind of. I was either needed to find the watchtower or the other minion. This is probably not even right. I don't even know that taking the duchy helps that much. Unfortunately, I also probably discarded them from a hand that was like total garbage into a hand that, you know, maybe isn't total garbage. I also could add a lot more money if I had found any ports earlier, but I could add enough for at least a province, which would have been quite a bit different than duchy there. But whatever. That's a weird order, but it probably doesn't matter, but you would surely play the merchant first. Feel confident that they'll get to whatever they need though here. Since they need like $10 is all. If they sculptor for a state, or they can even sculptor for death card if they get 3 buys. That's also pretty easy to hit the money. Yeah, they probably already have it in hand. I mean, I guess they do need to find the sculptor, but or a silver maybe, I don't know. Man, it's hard to check how often that kind of hand's gonna happen to me there. Because it felt unfortunate, but you know, I mean, once we have that amount of green cards in the deck, that kind of stuff can happen. I didn't have a huge number of minions or anything. Even if we had drawn port earlier, I could have gotten a watchtower. That would have helped out, or that might have. Again, even if I can make the turn good enough to get province, then the pile out is a lot harder for them, though they may have still had it given that turn. Anyway, felt doable, but it didn't work out in the end. This is another peddler board. No draw to speak of, besides stampeding occasionally, and then not great openings either. I don't know if you take a skulk just on the back of there being nothing good to open. I mean, you can do like star chart skulk and then put your gold on top at least. I guess that's something. Probably gets you a treasure or a stampede, whichever you decide you want. Feels like reasonable opening anyway. I almost drew this is of course good to do the exact 5, but I almost drew the no 5. I don't know if you take treasure or you take stampede first, just to move through the rest of this. I mean, it's not gonna like get you a peddler or anything because the horses leave. So it's not super clear to me what that buy is supposed to be. Don't have the skulk, which actually doesn't really matter. Going down to 3 matters a little bit. I probably would have rather gotten I think I would have rather gotten, say, well, I do have skulk on top now, so let's just put the gold up first, I guess. We drew it anyway. I think I would have. I guess we could try doing key stuff, though. I don't know. I would have certainly rather. Now this feels like this turn's bad enough that I just need to stampede around. And buy whatever, I mean. Probably trigger. Yeah, of course trigger. We play this treasure again. They're buying mining villages and such, which is perfectly reasonable. I probably need one. I guess I could have done that differently. I could have taken skulk. Well, I don't know at what point you take a bridge troll. I think I'm gonna do that. Just for peddler stuff. That's friendly skull, to be honest. actually like an incredibly friendly skulk. I don't know if we take a seller. Actually, I'm not even sure. May Stampede. They'll get peddlers here. Oh, that hurts. I guess I'll buy Stampede. That does really hurt though. I would have loved to get a peddler this turn. Since I'm gonna have the buy and I'm gonna have a bunch of money. Oh well. Or at least a mining. I mean, I would have taken all sorts of stuff. Depressing. Maybe we can double Stampede. Nope. I guess you need not bridge troll in play and need like without bridge troll. I guess taking silver we could have done it. Maybe one. Yeah, but whatever. I don't know if capital is worth it. Well, I can't even take it while doing Stampede, so we probably just need to do this. Not great. If I don't get diluted, this makes my play look really bad because now next turn I have bridge. But if I don't get diluted, I can actually buy a mining village on the turn. And anyway, I can even mine a village plus Stampede, and the deck looks, or the play looks, you know, significantly better. But whatever. I mean, it's like, I mean, I can draw the bridge or the treasure, but we'll just put this horse on top the next turn. The diluted was, it was rough. I'm just gonna keep saying that in case anyone's wondering. It's pretty okay as far as this goes. It is a little bit of a question to me how much of the do I need another mining village? And there's one in there. I mean, they're not bad for a variety of things, I guess, but. That sucks. That straight up sucks too. Oh man. That for real sucks. I'm getting toasted by these hexes. What does famine do? Okay. What? Okay, I think I understand what's happening. Maybe. Unclear. But we'll just try and figure it out. Because famine was making me shuffle twice, once for the reveal and then this part. So confused. I guess you do this because then you draw the other one. Miracle of miracles. I guess Bridge Troll first is probably better most of the time. I mean, War was already gone, so whatever, but. There's like a world where. Like some world where it's a little nicer. At the end of this all, we still just have to buy provinces. Like, the problem will just be that they just have more peddlers. My problem is that they have more peddlers, so they're probably just better. More peddlers, one fewer copper, just going to be a little better off. Probably more mining villages still in deck, so at the end they can pop for a double or something. And then, or even if not pop for a double, when things get messy, they can... and I'm hit envious. I'm going to get... My golds are going to be coppers. Maybe I won't draw them. Yeah, we'll just tell ourselves that. We just won't draw them. I guess they still have another copper, actually. I forgot I gave them one from greed, but I have junked them more, so they do have the curse. So this is not nothing. I do hit this triple collision just for whatever reason, because the game hates me, I suppose. I don't even know that seller is good enough to buy. It's really unclear to me, actually, but whatever. This is a great hand. I guess now they have whatever. Now they only have 1 copper. There's 3 out. I have 2. They want, yeah. We were even till this play, but I didn't trash one here, so this was a horrible draw. Kind of. I don't know. It's what the deck is. It wasn't like it was bad. It was a bad draw, but for my turn. But it wasn't like unexpected. It wasn't weird. I'm just whining. Just take a province, I assume. I don't know that you go like double bridge troll or anything, but unfortunately I'm actually still here. I'm gonna have not enough for anything nice, particularly nice. I guess I can stampede. Yeah, better stampede. They stampeded. That's copying. I'm copying. Could have got a harem, I suppose. They're gonna be able to get the last mining village here as well, I presume, for more or less free. Take the key away from me. Well, they might choose to trash. Depressing. I didn't want that horse anyway. You know what? Just, it was convenient. It was convenient that he got that hex. Yeah, I think you can go like double province, mining village, secret passage, or whatever. You could even buy silvers, wouldn't be like crazy. But you can mostly just pop your mining village. I mean, they're not gonna pile out, or it's not super likely they'll pile out, but they don't have to. They don't really have any particular incentive to. I wonder what's better to take, like the seller if I draw a bunch of crap, or just put something good. I think the bridge troll on top, but maybe it should be treasure. You do the seller, maybe it should just be a horse. You know, these questions and more. What plague me? I don't know. You know, it's not super clear to me actually. There's so many mining villages. Well, I guess we have the same number, but they have so many peddlers and provinces in mine. I'll get the bridge or whatever. We did find the seller anyway, so I guess that happened. We have found a bunch of crap, so I guess we'll toss it. It's not super clear if I want to, should I try to get the bridge trolls balanced? That probably doesn't make any particular sense. We basically got as good a draw as we could possibly have hoped for off the shuffle, more or less. So that's cool. I'm down. Too bad we didn't hit province. Locust's pretty cool too. I mean, it takes green off their deck, so that's not super cool, but I can double problem. Oh yeah, because I have this other gold. It was so smart of me to buy gold. So now if they double, then I'm like kind of scary. At least I'm like kind of scary. I'm okay with being kind of scary. I guess well, I probably don't have the hand size for that, but the bridge tools are also gone, so I guess there's a world where you blow up mining villages in triple. For me. Right. I mean, it's not impossible. What does Bad Omens do? Oh, I don't have any coppers. I have 1. Okay. Maybe this is friendly. I can get the mining village off the thing. Who's it? What's it? Not the mining village. We get the treasure off the you know what it is. I'm not sure 1 horse actually gives me big enough hand size without like stacking the deck, because you don't want to draw. I mean, you need to draw the mining villages and the peddlers and the treasure. I can top deck one of those things, but yeah, that's reasonable to kind of put in store for a capital to try and triple. I probably, my only out is probably getting there right now. So to that end, it's probably gonna be blow up. And it's probably take treasure, because in theory you can also treasure. I don't have the key. I guess we should count. I have 4, so I can get to 8, 11. 2 golds, 17 treasure. I mean, it's more than enough. Treasure can gain whatever from the gain of silver. But still have to draw it all. All right, let's try it. This is hard for me. I don't know if the silver or getting an extra card is more important here. I mean, you don't need the silver if you draw all this stuff. So maybe tossing 3, 5. You don't need the silver, right? If you get the 9, this gives you 14. 16, 19. You don't need the silver to get there if you draw a deck. But there are 4. I have to have not bottom decked a cantrip. Right, because I'm gonna have I need to have like a gold or something bottom decked. Maybe it was just guaranteed. Skulk for extra. Oh, there was the skulk. Yeah, I did bomb deck a stop card. Yeah. It wasn't guaranteed. I needed not bomb deck cantrip. I mean, I didn't need every peddler. I could have been a peddler. But Yeah. Well, not a series of peddlers. It could have been peddler on bottom and then like skulk or whatever. But it couldn't have been like 3 peddlers. It couldn't have been more than 2 or more than 1. Because I had 19, I think, at the end there. So that was, I didn't expect to win that one, but I don't know if they green correctly. I don't know if even taking 1 province is okay. I mean, they can like, well, we can't really stampede, but you can take a capital, maybe a duchy or something, and wait until you feel comfortable. Or maybe they should have just been more aggressive during their turn, blowing up mining villages. So that they could double, or, well, double wasn't very safe, but try to triple. I don't know how likely that was. So maybe there was just no reasonable way to do it. This is just a big mess. Like, there's nothing to build here particularly. You can prince border guards and stuff, but that'll take forever, and there's not enough, there's not like alt VP or bad enough attacks, given that we have the lucky coin to like actually stop that. I'm not even sure. You could probably, sure, you could try to skip ambassador. I don't know how good it is. It's a bit of a weird board. Should go ambassador silos, I guess. And we also have pouch too, so there's not a whole lot of coppers, but it may still be worth it. Unclear. Pulling out the estates is okay, but I'm not real sure on this one. You could also expedition. Pretty good silos for me. Well, really great silos given them number of non-copper thingies that are in here at this point. It's really just a very, very good silos for me. And we get the double estate. I mean, drawing the ambassador was huge. If we don't draw the ambassador, then it doesn't look quite as exciting, but anyway. We're pretty clean. Pouch is really doing actually some nice stuff here. Since the border card's such a nice pickup, they'll probably do the same thing, yeah. And then the expedition silos are quite friendly. This will get lucky coin. Okay, so this time we just have 6, which there's something to be said for just double expedition. So like gold is also pretty good. Just playing the lucky coin more is nice. Playing the lucky coin while playing ambassador, of course. It's nice. I don't know here if I'd take the coppers or what. If we return the coppers now, I guess, over the estates, in which case we don't really want to draw, we don't really need to discard here. We're just gonna pick up silvers, and then did they play lucky coin? Oh, okay, they did. I mean, you lose a little silos power, of course, but probably worth losing the coppers. Here we'll toss and try and find ambassador, though it's a little difficult here. They just give me another estate, which is fine. At this point, estate isn't such an awful thing to get. Not good, but because we're pretty much ready to green now. try and find the am. Okay, we don't. But actually, pouch is really nice too, so. Can either go another gold or just get right into it. Probably don't want to wait too long. There's only one really, I shouldn't say it. There's one really, well, I guess there's a couple ways it can die here. I'm relatively okay with having the estates at this point. Okay. I'm just gonna take the copper. I mean, it's like, feels a little silly, but. I was gonna say, here they're not gonna have province, which is fine for me. Not super big fan of the explorer. Well, this was not really a very good draw. It's not a colony board. Could have gone expedite or double border guard, would have been probably reasonable. I guess we can try and find stuff. Okay. This isn't, I mean, it was nice to shuffle. Well, we still have border guards down in here. It would pouch is what we wanted, of course. We didn't find the gold, so that's still an out to hitting duchy here. Otherwise, it would be a little sad, but at this point, we'll eventually get province again. We can just try to hit the duchies. As long as we stay competitive on that, eventually we'll find a province again. They're not doing anything especially exciting in the meantime. Just getting duchies themselves. If they don't hit duchy here, which seems unlikely, okay, I'm gonna just take the duchy. I guess there's some world where they get all the rest of the provinces, but like now I will expedition. The state buy doesn't do a whole lot for them. This isn't great. They might get a gold out of this. They've yet to, but they could expedition a state, I suppose. Now I guess I'll take an estate. Is my deck really this bad? I didn't actually think it was, but apparently. I thought I had more silvers than this. Wow, I just lost a province hand too. I could offer tie. Well, no, I can't, right? I totally lost it. Man, my deck is just way more junk than I thought. I didn't find pouch. Need pouch. Quite badly. Oof. Well, I don't know how this plays out. I shouldn't have siloed that one hand. This is something. They may just get there now. I mean, if they have pouch also, then it's really bad. That sucks. To see gold. That sucks. Okay, we just have to expedition. Hope they're still not. Well, I'm not there, so what does it matter? Well, I bet they get there with this. Yeah. This is 2-player advantage so far. I felt so won, and then I guess I was just stupid. Maybe at some point one of my duchies should have been a expedition. I mean, we played it pretty quick, so there were probably some points to stop and think about what was left in the shuffle and things that I certainly didn't take the opportunity to do. Too bad you don't have the 4. Would be a lot nicer. Pretty considerably nicer. I mean, this is just like throne, hunting party, display stuff. Okay, well, that's a very good opening. I don't think, well, yeah, if you're going to open it, it's probably fine. Yeah, this is going to, may turn rough. Depends a bit on if they have $5 in this next hand. If they can get a hunting party, then it's going to look a little rough. Yeah. That's going to be a problem. I'm not sure Oasis is really very good, but... Huh, I guess you do that. Though it's not like the greatest thing in the world. It's gotta be a hunting party. I'm still pretty dead. At some point, you could take the outpost. They're probably to the point where they can take it. If they have 5 in hand here, I would probably buy an outpost. Now with that, that's not so exciting. This is stupid. We could enhance. We probably don't need the silver. Not clear to me. I don't know if they can gain and play outpost this turn. That was sort of a weird play, I think. This is sort of a bad draw. We need to hit throne hunting party or we're toast. They should try to get an outpost, I really believe. I don't know, maybe they're not thin enough, but hunting party seems like... They have a sort of bizarre amount of money now, I guess. It's only 4, but you can buy throne room. Yeah, that's GG. That's a good enough starting hand, I assume, to, yeah, that's going to be a problem. If you do this in the right order, you can get everything back. Like, you can displace the hunting party first. Yeah, I don't really like that, but whatever. You can displace hunting party and then throne, and then you can displace hunting party into whatever, and then throne into hunting party, get the hunting party back, and then buy throne, get the throne back. You get a little thinning this way, so it's not unreasonable, but it's also not like super exciting. This will not do anything. Of course. Guess the second hunting party drew nothing. They also just need to get some other cards just so that their hunting parties draw stuff. I mean, I'll play it out. They may mess up a 3 pile. Pretty unlikely, but there's just not a bunch of, with the points deficit, there's not a lot of outs. But if they full dead, outpost, I guess, can make, well, probably not. They're probably just gonna be too far ahead, to be honest, before that point comes up. Like, they can score and that'll be fine. There's not like a bunch of building I can do. The only thing I can add is library, which I just don't think this is the deck. I don't have enough throne rooms where that's gonna be like a super exciting thing. You know? I didn't even find my hunting parties, so I won't. I don't have very many, so I guess that's not surprising. But I had some, and they all bottom decked, so. Alright, we gotta try and win one as first player to even it out. Thought I had that, I sure did think I had that lucky coin one, but maybe I made some bad choices in the buy somewhere. It's possible that you never want to take gold like I did. Like, it should just double expedition until... Like, I think I still had some green in deck at that point, and maybe that was the big mistake. Anyway, I do feel like I had one rough shuffle where I should have got 2 provinces, and I only got the one because of that giant $11 hand or whatever. Why am I still talking about that game? Pretty good groom board. I don't know. It's a little hard to draw here, but you can do it. There isn't any all VP, but guess you can just chance it and take the groom off rip, but... Apparently I have no money. Guess we'll gamble it away. I mean, I could have gotten a 3 right, but what? That's not too terribly exciting. I'll take it. Now everybody's got village necromancers. This is fine. Gotta get some more of these. This looks a little sad. I don't know if I play this or not. Now I do. I would have probably spent my 3 on a buy. That's just how I am. I'm not going to have anything for the Tragic Arrow, so I may just canter, but I don't think second Groom is the play. I may just go really hard for Enchantresses. I wouldn't mind playing the Tragic Arrow at some point, even if it's just point up into gold to get the buy and stuff. This will probably just be play Enchantress because I don't have... I think there's an Enchantress at the bottom here, I'm not sure. That's kind of unfortunate. I would say. There's like 3 more ports in here. There's some ports. I don't know what I'm doing. We could gamble. Yay. And there's a horse down in here too, isn't there? I need more. We'll need more necromancers. Necromancers are now super good. Like this should be an easy necromancer, I would just assume. I hate the fortress. I don't think that makes any sense, but whatever. Relative, anyway, to a necromancer. Man, I cannot hit the enchantresses. We need to try and find the other enchantress, so let's do that. Hooray, we did it. come on, game. Give me something. Well, we could do this different ways, but surely we're not going to need the port action. I say surely, but you know, bad things can and do happen in this game. I wonder if it's, well, we may be able to do that in draw. I have so many ports at this point. I'm not playing that many terminals, surely. We could save the horse, though. Don't know what the last card is. I guess it's a copper. We could go down to 11 if we wanted to. Like, some turn they're gonna blow up, right? They're gonna play a million tragic heroes. And then I'll have additional necromancers that I can play as tragic hero. They still have one regular tragic hero. They didn't get to play their groom. This isn't too scary. It's a little scary. This is pretty scary and a bit unfortunate. I mean, I don't know. It's just how things have been going for me. It's just like, what are you supposed to do? You get 6 off. I mean, I know there's a bunch of gold. I know the decks aren't thin, but there's however many 3 necromancers in there, and it's frustrating. I don't know that it's unexpected, but it is frustrating. Oh yeah, I didn't even, right, because I didn't even get by. I was gonna say, I don't think they're gonna get to, now if I can double here, then we're pretty safe. So I may still be totally fine and I'm just whining for no reason. Oh, and they played no enchantresses. Okay. Well, that's considerably less scary than if I can double. I think. I I do wish I could have at least played the groom for necromancer. I guess I could have. I chose to play it the way I did. But, do we want the golden before? They're probably good now to just have in. And then we can see later what we think about the horse. We don't even have double yet, so, but we can get to it. All right. So now the question is, what's left? There's a groom. I guess we could have borrowed for it as well. This is all the enchantresses. There's groom and some ports. What's the likelihood of them? What do they need? If I go to 32, they'll need duchy, province, and estate. Off 2 necromancers. Maybe they have more necromancers now. Like 2 or 3 necromancers, no enchantress. And I also don't have to go for it. It's probably terrible. Okay, they can't play the groom. I guess at the end they can just gamble a bunch. Well, okay, this will never get there. Yeah, I don't think with the without the enchantresses. All right, well, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. 3-3, you know, I would have loved to get that 4th game, but you heard that enough. But I'll catch you all later.